Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about applying the principles from the book Atomic Habits into language learning. I'm James, I'm a native English speaker and I can speak Spanish and Italian. I help people reach a conversational level in another language. So you might have heard of the book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and essentially it's a set of principles that show you how to make small changes in your life that add up and compound over time to make bigger consequences and bigger changes. Now, when it comes to language learning, there's a lot that you can take from that, because language learning consists of integrating languages or activities around language learning into your lifestyle and doing small things over a large period of time. So in this video, I'm going to do a high level summary of bits that you can take out the principles from Atomic Habits and apply it to your language learning journey to make the process quicker and easier. So the first principle is that small habits build into a big difference. They make a massive difference in your life. That could mean 2 minutes while waiting in a queue for something, going on Duolingo or whatever app you like to use, and using that app and getting a bit closer to your language goals. There will be moments throughout your daily lifestyle, throughout your life, where you're waiting or you're doing something or you're just relaxing or something. And if you can replace little bits of that with actions towards language learning, then it makes a big difference over time. The second principle, focus on systems and processes rather than goals. So this one for language learning is quite controversial, because many people across the internet and across everywhere say, what are your language goals? You have to have a strong goal for language learning. While that is true to an extent, it's better if you have your systems in place and processes, like what activities and actions you're going to be doing every day or every week to practice and get you closer to your language goals that you have in mind. However, it's all good and well to have a goal, but it takes a long time naturally to reach your language goal. It can take so long to reach your language goals. It can take many months to reach it. And essentially, if you're motivated and you have a goal, you will forget about that goal. Many times when your motivation drops after the first few weeks, your motivation will drop, and then that's when processes and systems that you've created in your daily and weekly lifestyle take over. It could be using a flashcard app on your phone to look at the most common words and phrases that you've given yourself. It could be 5 minutes of Duolingo or something per day. And on this note, when it comes to consistency, if your daily habits and weekly habits are consistent over time, then that will come as second nature. You'll be consistent because of the processes and habits you've created in your lifestyle. Now, the third concept from this book is create a new identity based on how you want to be in the future. When it comes to language learning, this is very true. A lot of people I speak to say, oh, I'm not very good at learning a different language. Oh, I wasn't very good at school. I'm not really a language learner. But really, if you think about yourself in that way, then you will prevent yourself from actually progressing, because you'll set mental limitations as to what you can do. You'll avoid putting that extra bit of effort into something because you don't think that you'll be able to do it. You'll think, oh, it's pointless me doing this extra minute of grammar or something because I'm not a language person. An example could be, hi, I'm James. At school, I wasn't very good at language learning. However, nowadays, I really love the process of doing it. I'm not amazing or incredibly fluent on every single language, but I like the process and I can speak Spanish and Italian, and that's good for me. Maybe in the future I'll learn more, but my identity is that I am a language learner and I enjoy learning languages. That then gives me the mental space to put the effort in and see myself as that sort of person who learns languages. As a result, any effort that I put in, my subconscious will understand and learn more of it because I identify as someone who likes to do it. Lastly, within this book, there are 4 laws of behavioural change. So this is how you can create good habits to help you with your language learning journey. It's also called a habit loop and essentially consists of a cue, a craving, response and reward. Let's start with number 1, the cue. So make it obvious. So when I say obvious, I mean integrate it into something else that you're doing in your life. So this is a principle called habit stacking. If, for example, at 12 o'clock every day you go into your lunch break, then you might go to somewhere, you might sit down or you might have a cup of tea or do something. Do it then. So practice the language or do something small, even on Duolingo or something, for a few minutes then. So if you stack it with another habit that you have anyway, you're much more likely to stick to this new habit because you're already doing something anyway. The second law is make it attractive. So in terms of any habits, we have to enjoy doing them to an extent. Some are more difficult than others, but if we want to create positive changes, we have to link a habit with something we like doing. So if you enjoy doing an activity, so like you enjoy going on your break or going for a walk, if you mix this language learning activity with going for a walk, for example, and you put on a Spanish podcast or a Spanish song, that then makes it attractive. If you like music, combine your target language with music. The third law is the response. Make it easy. So the easier something is to do on a regular basis, the better for you. If something's hard and has a lot of resistance to do it in the first place, like you've got a lot of equipment to set up, or it's quite time consuming and it takes a lot of effort to do, then that won't last as a habit. A habit has to be as easy as possible. So for example, for me, if I'm in the car about to go to the gym at 7 in the morning, I can then take my phone out of my pocket, put it on my phone holder, I open Spotify. If I already have the podcast, the Spanish podcast that I want to listen to ready to play, then I just press play and that's sorted. I'm in my car and I'm already driving. If I have to open a website or do many different steps to open the actual podcast, then for the first few times or the first few days or weeks, it might be okay. At one point, I will think to myself, I can't be bothered doing it today. No, I don't want to do it today. And from that point onwards, that's when your habit has too much friction to continue. So reduce friction and try and make it as easy and seamless as possible to do on a regular basis. One tip taken from the book is use a 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes to do, so you're in a queue or you're waiting for 2 minutes, open the app, practice the language. If it takes less than 2 minutes, then that's literally, those moments add up. And you'll find that throughout your day, you have a lot of spare 2 minutes that you can do something else with. And if you can do it on a regular basis, or you have a lot of 2 minutes regularly every single day, then imagine how much you can improve your current level of your target language. Now the fourth law is the reward. Make it satisfying. So if, for example, you're doing something on Duolingo, or you open an app, or whatever app of choice you have, if you do a little exercise, quite often it'll say, well done, you're keeping your daily streak, and it feels good. Maybe you earn some points within the app. That's perfect. Although it doesn't translate directly into fluency or progress in real life, over time you will notice that difference. And the most important thing is when you're doing a habit or when you're doing these little actions, they should feel good and rewarding to some extent. One major point on this last law is never miss twice. If you forget to do something in one day, you miss your Duolingo cycle and you've messed up, say, 500 days of your Duolingo streak, then don't worry about it. A lot of people would fall off the bandwagon after missing one day or one session of it, or even 1 week. But the idea is, be kind to yourself and think, look, I've missed it on this occasion, that's fine, I'm not going to give up, and just get back onto it again. And that's it. Feel free to leave examples in the comments of some new positive habits that you're creating for your own language learning journey. One final thing is 85% of people who are watching this video right now have not subscribed. If you found this video valuable, then feel free to subscribe to my channel and also give it a like. Thanks.